be nice if I could show you the pictures of these people that brings the story to life. The Gaon, Rabbi Shlomo Yosef Zevin, he's one of the most outstanding Gaonim of this and the previous generation. He was a Lubavitcher Chassid. Many of his works are translated by Art Scroll. He said Porei Chassidim is one of his work, Moedim Ba'alacha, which is a classic work, and many others. And he was the primary editor of the Encyclopedia Talmudis, which is an Talmudic encyclopedia, which has become the go-to for research in any area in halacha. So one of the members of the board of the writers, editors and writers of Encyclopedia Talmudis was the Rosh Yeshiva Rabbi Marzebach. This Rabbi Marzebach was the Rosh Yeshiva of Kol Torah, famous yeshiva in Yerushalayim, and one of the main editors. He was a Yekeh, born in Berlin, if I'm not mistaken, and he came to Israel in the late 20s. He was able to get out of Germany, and he was a Gewaldige Gaon, author of many Sfarim. So he relates to this. So he was obviously a friend of Shlomo Yosef, Rabbi Zevin. So Rabbi Zevin related, once we were talking, and that the koilelim, this was a new thing. This whole koilel business of young men sitting and learning after marriage was a new phenomenon, and it was a beautiful thing. After the war, the devastation of the great citadels of learning in Europe, and not just yeshivas but koilel, and how it's flourishing. It's a whole generation of Talmidei Chachamim and a yield of a Torah yield that is growing exponentially. And we were just marveling, Baruch Hashem. So at the end of the discussion, he says to this Rav Marzebach, he says, why doesn't the Lubavitcher Rebbe, which was a Gaon, a giant in Torah, why doesn't he call upon his, this is the early 60s, this discussion, and why doesn't he call upon his Chassidim, maybe the early 70s, likewise, to call on his Chassidim to devote themselves in the 4 cubits of Torah and to elevate. They should learn all the years in Koilel. He has a great talent in Lubavitch. And the Rebbe himself is the Gana Goinim, the expression is the Gaon of Goinim. So he said, Rabbi Zevin said to him, I don't know. I can't answer the Rebbe's name. But now I know why yesterday I got a letter from the Rebbe. The Rebbe sent me in the mail something that he'd spoken about earlier that year. It doesn't say which point of the year this was, but it was in the beginning of the year. And I was surprised. All of a sudden, the Rebbe sent me a sikha of one of his talks. And now I know why. I got this yesterday, because in this sikha is an answer to your question. So it's already 7 o'clock, so tomorrow, it's a bit of an avarichas. We will address the sikha. The sikha that I just said, the subject matter is just a question. To believe the Rebbe's question. We all know that Rashi starts, its first commentary is, and Rashi says, why does the Torah start with Bereshis, not Achidish Elachem, which is the first mitzvah, in order to answer the time of the Goyim that Yidden stole Eretz Yisrael? And we got the answer. Hashem created the world. He gave Eretz Yisrael first to non-Jews. Then he took it and gave it to Yidden. It's his world. So one of the questions that I asked there is, in order to answer a non-Jewish taina, the whole order of the Torah is changed. First of all, why is it important to answer? If it is important to answer, it can be written later in Torah as well. The answer, if it's written later in Torah, we don't have the answer. This has to be the first thing that Torah says, is to answer this whole charge. You are thieves, listim atem, that you have conquered the land of the 7 nations. So we have the answer. They created it. It's that so important that it should change the whole Seder. So the Rebbe's answer, the Sikha, as we'll see tomorrow, is the answer to Rabbi Yoine Marzebach's question, which left him at the end awed by the answer. All right, friends. Mr. Shem, continue tomorrow. We should have a wonderful day.